Tuesday, 7:05 p.m. My name is Dustin.
Hi, guys. I'm Chandra.
You have reached this unworking number. So please dial again.
Leave a message
after the tone. We've got a lot of awesome people already in here. Shauna says she has to wash that trouble right out of her hair.
You gotta wash that man right out of your hair. Do, 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 do. Anyway.
Jennifer Lucas is here. Hello, darling.
Hello, hello.
I got to see her this weekend, and you didn't.
Yeah, shut it.
I'm here.
Some people have to work.
You know what? That is not what I was trying to say.
I'm just saying.
We are bundled up like it's the middle of November, December, February.
It's freezing in this house. I just paid the electric bill, and for as much money as I paid, it should be tropical. Like this house should be tropical, and it's not.
Said it's 62.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh.
Nan is here.
Hello,
Good
hello. Thank
evening.
you for joining us.
Thank you for being here. We really, really, really do appreciate you.
Thank you for being a friend.
That goes for you too, Charlie. Thank you for being here, Charlie. Mr. Gugahan, welcome. Good evening. I hope you are doing well, sir. Evelyn, sweetheart, I got to see her too. She was very sad she didn't get to see you.
I don't even like you. Just saying. He gets to do all the fun stuff. I get to wipe butts.
I mean, we could swap.
Really?
I mean, I'm not as good as you.
Really? Would you want to deal with the things I deal with?
I would not deal with them the same way you do. I'd be like, well, I mean, I don't know who, you got a wife over there.
You'd be like, I don't know who's crying in the corner sucking their thumb, but it could be me.
It is probably me. I did not sleep last night either.
Yes, he literally stayed up all night until the girl got here.
And then even some.
And then even a little longer.
I had to finish that video. The things I do for you, my wonderful viewers, members. Yes, I do it all for you.
At 2 something in the, was it 2 something?
Well, we were filming a video at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, he was making me taste things.
You enjoyed it.
I cannot be held responsible for the words that came out of my mouth at 2 something in the morning.
I mean, don't most people taste random things in the middle of the night?
I'm barely responsible for the things that come out of my mouth when I'm fully awake.
You know. what, soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. I don't know the rest of it.
Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. We're probably going to get copyrights.
Probably. We're like, no, you sang it terribly.
Yeah, you fail.
It was, so that was a hash brown.
It was a hash brown chaffle.
Made with baked potato keto chow, compliments of Keto Chow and Steve from the Serious Keto.
Yes. And it's delicious.
Yes.
And you can tweak it. So we discussed, but haven't done yet, making it more like latkes and adding like a fresh ground onion. I think that would be stellar.
And like make it like more like a mashed potato.
Yeah.
And then maybe frying them in some bacon fat or something.
Yep.
Because that's what people who make latkes do.
I know. Well, not in bacon fat.
Whatever. Some kind of deliciousness.
But yeah, delicious stuff.
And then I warmed them up today, the leftovers. There were 7 leftover chaffles from the 13. So we ate half of them in the middle of the night.
I've had heartburn for the whole time.
It didn't bother me, but
I can't eat that late and then lay down and be okay.
Yeah.
But we did have the child try them today, and she was in a mood.
Yeah.
So everything was disgusting.
Yeah. So
I don't trust her today, but I bet the next time we give them to her, she'll like them. It was just today, everything was off. She started her day with a temper tantrum. So
yeah. So I warmed the last 7 of them up in our air fryer today, and then I put bacon and egg on them. I made some cheese sauce for myself, and I drizzled some of that over that. Ooh-wee! That was delicious. If you like cheese sauce, raise your hands.
No, I do not. I don't like you either. Or your cheese sauce. Anywho,
Because of our chaffle, she bought some keto chow.
that's awesome.
Because of our chaffle, I bought some keto chow.
We
too.
bought more too.
I bought 6 more packets of the potato. I haven't tried the mushroom yet, but I've got a recipe in the works for that.
What's
So
that in an
be
old man?
on the lookout for that. There's a Tigger.
Yes, there's a Tigger right there.
Shauna is back.
Nice to see you. There is the west end of a cat going east.
Do you have pink hair now, Shauna? Did you manic panic that stuff right out of you? I do need to one of these days do a Keto Simple After Dark unedited.
I think you need to manic panic your beard.
You know what? I do not.
Just once. Just make it a fun color.
It is a fun color, gray.
Make it purple.
It's sad, gray.
Purple would be amazing.
Purple would.
Or like a lime green.
Maybe.
I think it would be nice. Would be fun.
So I wanted to say, I think the title of this live is Back on Track ?
Okay, so here's the thing.
I think we've been doing pretty good.
We're doing pretty good. However, we just watched Joe and Rachel's
whipped cream
episode. And I have to say, I think it's unfair. I think it is unfair that something so delicious can be so mean and so bad. And I don't agree. And I too drink my coffee in like a bowl. And I too fill the entire top half of the bowl with whipped cream. So I just want to say that I think it's mean to point out other people's flaws. I don't think it's fair.
How rude.
How rude.
How rude to point out the obvious.
How you dare.
The facts.
Right. And the other thing I was thinking about is, we use a different sugar-free whipped cream. I prefer the Great Value in the green can. And it technically has less servings in the bottle, so technically would be less carbs, but
it's a 2 tablespoons per serving is what it says.
Right. The reality is what I'm eating is well above and beyond the serving.
But one of those cans does last you like 3 or 4 days, right?
Yeah, but some days, like not today. Today was a half a can day.
Some days, but that day was not today.
It was not today. And then I was also thinking about think about all of the other things that I'm eating in a day to get those carbs up. So in that coffee, on top of the whipped cream that's on the top, then there's heavy cream in the coffee. And then I had
butter,
the chaffles.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 chaffles with
egg and
bacon. So the egg and bacon, no big deal, but the 2 chaffles. And then since the girl took 1 bite of hers and decided it was disgusting, I ate her 2 chaffles. So, I'm over 20 total carbs for the day. And you know what? I'm going to be okay with it. And everybody else can just,
mosey.
Keep their mean stuff to themselves. I don't need to hear the truth. Thank you.
The truth is so rude.
The truth is so rude. I'm so over it. And I agree with her that there are certain things you just don't bring up in a marriage, like how much whipped cream I'm taking in.
How, like, in the middle of the night, it sounds like you're wrangling tauntauns.
I don't like you. I knew you were going to bring that up.
They don't need to know what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm in my office last night. Okay. It's late. It's late in the middle of the night. It's like probably 3, 4 in the morning.
I'm working on eBay.
And I'm in my office trying to get this video edited. And it took me so long because I needed to move a bunch of files off of my computer because I've got a terabyte hard drive. And I got down to like 22 gigs left on my computer. Dang. So I had to go and move like 200 or 300 gigs into my backup storage. Mm-hmm. And I run it parallel. So I had to do it twice. So it took a while. I'm sitting there doing all my stuff and I'm sitting there working and I hear,
I don't like you.
And I just think it's the most adorable thing.
I do not like you.
And I call, I'm like, hey babe, did you just kill a tauntaun?
So sometimes if I laugh really hard, when I laugh and inhale at the same time, it makes a noise. And
I didn't even know we were on Hoth. I mean, it's cold here, but is it Hoth cold?
I was watching Whose line is it anyway? On YouTube while I was doing my eBaying. And to be fair, I was laughing so hard I don't think I was getting anything accomplished. I was watching the outtakes, and Ryan Stiles is quite literally one of the funniest people on this planet. And I just could not. Shut up. It takes a lot to make me laugh that hard, and you were not going to do it tonight.
Oh my goodness. You just have those moments where your significant other does something and like you were already at like a level of love and then it just goes up like 10 notches and you're just but you're laughing so hard because it's a love that because we make fun of each other nonstop.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
mean, we could be kind
Our
of
love languages mean this.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just one of those things. Like I was just like, I hear
I don't like you. You made me.
Oh my goodness. I just
Anyway.
I take great joy in making her laugh uncontrollably. So whenever she's already in a laughing mood and I can just
come out and say the right thing at the right time.
Just something real nice. Oh, we got
my
some
jaw hurts.
Oh my goodness. John says he may buy a chaffle maker because of that video. Ooh. Hey, just so happens I put a link in my video for just those chaffle makers. They're right now $10 a piece.
Exactly.
Amazon.
Yes.
Convenient.
And if you follow that link and buy stuff, you don't pay any extra money or anything. And whatever
we get
you buy,
3 cents.
Not even a chaffle maker, we get like 3 cents.
Yeah. It's like I always tell people, like whenever people ask me like advice on stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I've been an Amazon affiliate for 3 years and I made $15. And in order to do that, I've had to have a website that cost me $300.
Yes. So.
Or probably more than that, but we won't talk about it. Anyway, so I haven't looked yet, but some sort of purplish, pinkish something.
Don't you think he would look amazing with maybe a purpley or pinky
manic
beard?
Panic beard.
Yes.
I just like my distinguished like black and gray, you know. I mean, it just fits my personality. My nieces asked Grandma if Auntie Shauna had any gray. Mom said, "We may never know."
That's amazing. I don't have gray. I am lucky that my gray is more of a white. So it's hard to tell. It kind of blends in because I'm that light. It looks much darker on camera, but it's a lighter brown in person. And the white kind of just blends in. So I haven't dyed my hair since I was a teenager. No, early 20s. Early 20s. That's just because I don't want to keep up with it. It's a lot of work.
And Jen Lucas says, try to get egg life wraps to use as noodles and make tuna casserole. Oh, that sounds good.
Not tuna casserole, but a casserole.
Cheese, tuna, some sort of noodlies. Noodlies.
I was never a fan of tuna casserole.
Well, that's because you weren't as poor as me. Anyway, the wraps at Walmart were way expired. And the thing is Walmart will not discount stuff.
No, they'll throw it out.
They'll throw it out. Yeah. Or what they do a lot of times with food is they will ship it off to some kind of feedlot, but they will not discount. So like if you're ever at Kroger, Meijer, or any one of those places, they will discount the food.
Stuff that's like soon to expire or
usually
expired or whatever. Within a day or two.
Depending, like eggs within 7 days. Just let them know. They'll mark them all down. I bought a bunch of like that cage-free bougie eggs before for like $3. I think it was like $2 a dozen instead of $5 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, but Walmart would rather throw it in the trash than give it to you as a discount.
Walmart would rather throw it away than sell it for below cost.
Right.
So even with their clearance stuff, they can find stuff that's been hidden under a shelf for 3 decades. It'll be like a huge, 2 megabit hard drive, and they'll still sell it for cost.
Yeah, we saw that. Was it Christmas time or?
Well, it was a couple years ago now, but yeah.
Feels like it was yesterday.
They'll sell really outdated tech for cost because they will never sell it for less than cost. But anyway, let's see. I'd say only if Chandra did her hair to match your beard. I don't know if she can because of work.
Yeah, there are limitations to what I'm allowed to do for being at work as far as dyeing my hair. I'm not 100% sure of the policy of the place that I'm at now. The last place I was at, they didn't care. The place before that, hair had to be a natural color.
Well, that was also before a lot of the stuff changed.
They still had that it had to be a natural color. But before I left there, they finally allowed visible tattoos, but they could not be offensive. So where I'm at now, I believe is okay with tattoos, but I don't know hair colors. I've not seen anybody with hair color that was not natural.
Shauna says, I have switched to butter, but I say there was much worse things than heavy whipping cream. I know you get butter from heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream is just so much better in coffee than butter.
It is. And I agree there are much worse things than heavy whipping cream, but I feel personally attacked that the amount of whipped cream that I'm utilizing has now been called out. I feel like they're out to get me. I seriously empathize with Rachel because I do the drive-by. And I also do the, boat-sized coffee with this much heavy cream or this much whipping cream on top.
Yeah, her coffee cups hold the same amount of coffee as a 32-ounce steel tumbler.
Yes. So
I don't know how the physics works on that.
It works, though. I'm down for it.
Jackie says, how rude.
Yes. Insert Stephanie B.
That show was hilarious.
No, it wasn't hilarious.
Well, no, she's talking about Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, Whose Line Is It Anyway is hilarious. The what was that one? The Stephanie Full House.
That was awesome.
Was not hilarious.
It was a good show though.
But it was something we all lived through, and we learned some life lessons that our parents didn't teach us. On the love level, because I don't like Full House.
Yep.
He even watched Fuller House.
Yeah.
I do not need an after school special in my 40s. I don't. I already know the things that can happen after school. I lived them. Anyway. I not only lived them, I sometimes inspired them in others.
All right. I have a dash garage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He has a kitchen tools like.
It's a nightmare. Kitchen nightmare.
It's overwhelming.
That's why you stay out of the kitchen.
Because I would burn it down. Because there's so much stuff in our kitchen.
Shari's here. Good evening.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you for being a friend.
Now it's stuck in his head.
Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal. And
now we're really gonna get.
You know what?
What do you call it?
All right. All right, Rue McClanahan.
I'm tired.
I actually knew her nephew or whatever before back in the day. Anyway, I never met him, but we dealt with each other online and booking shows and stuff. But anyway, when we were kids, the challenge was to make milk come out of everyone else's nose at dinner.
Nice. So
the challenge is to get other liquids to come out now.
Shut up. You are not funny and nobody likes you. When I was a kid, we would always, and I already did it won't come out for a while, was to balance a spoon on the end of your nose at dinner. Those were things that we did.
Was that from the video last night?
Uh-huh.
Well, that'll come out maybe the end of this week, maybe. I just got to take a it's not a very long video, but we'll get it edited.
Yeah. Excuse me. I think Dustin needs color.
I am sending in my keto chow order tonight, thanks to your video. Thank you.
Nice.
I have 6 or 7 dash waffle makers. So I have 2 regular ones that you've seen, but they've seen better days. Like the logos are all worn off. And then I've got the griddle ones, like the flat ones. And I've got 2 of the
you've got skulls, spider webs, pumpkins.
No, Sis has the pumpkins.
Oh, okay.
And the skulls went to her too. So she had a skull and a pumpkin. I had the two spider webs.
Okay.
And I've got like a sandwich thing and like the little egg bite maker thing, which we've never used. I don't even know what we would use it for, but anyway.
Yeah. He's got too many toys.
I've got like 5
Too
more in the
many
garage,
kitchen toys.
but those are for giveaways maybe for this keto meetup.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe. There's 5 of them out there, aren't there?
Yeah. Well, one of them the girl wants because it's a love heart.
Uh,
If she remembers, but
she won't remember.
until she does, and then if I don't have it, then she's gonna be like, you don't love me. Anyway, Shauna says my mom has beautiful white hair. If I ever get old, I know what I'll get.
We don't get old. We just get better.
Yeah. The lovely Jackie says Meyer will mark it down. Then what isn't sold is given to gleaners.
That's really good. I do appreciate that. I
Ugh,
don't
you're
like
gross.
to shop at Meijer because I feel like it's more
I
expensive.
hate when you get this goop on me. Ugh.
Eye boogers.
Yeah, it's just wet and gross.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it.
I made keto chow potato bread chaffles last night. 1 egg, half cup egg whites, quarter cup mozz,
half cup mozz.
whatever. 3 tablespoons keto chow baked potato. It was a great base for my homemade sloppy joes. Sloppy
nice.
joes, sloppy joes.
That sounds good. We haven't had sloppy joes.
We can just make it. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not hard.
No, we can make like pizza sloppy joes.
No, just sloppy joes. You don't have to pizza everything.
Do what I want. I'm the one that cooks.
Okay.
Then you can cook the sloppy joes, and I'll just go and sit and put my feet up.
Fine, I'll cook them, and then I won't let you have any. Nah.
They can throw them out. They were say
they were 2/3 their normal size, so they'd shrunk.
Yeah.
Whoop, in the package.
Whoop.
You're buying more package than anything else.
I wish I knew you before I gave several large capacity external hard drives to Goodwill.
Oh yeah. Well,
hope you wipe those first.
Because you use those things all the time. You've got so much stuff.
Well, I've got 2 6 terabytes and an 8 terabyte.
Yeah.
The 8 terabytes kind of for all of our stuff, but I got to put all her stuff from her phone on it.
Yeah. We started doing so there's a screensaver on the TV and we replaced it with our pictures.
Yeah, because if you have Amazon Prime, you have unlimited photo storage. Same thing with Google. Google gives you unlimited photo storage as well, as long as you have a Google account, which that doesn't cost you anything. So I'm sure there's probably some kind of, there's a catch. They know what's going on in our lives. They're going to know us wherever we go. Some kind of tracking.
Oh, Google tracks you anywhere anyway.
You know what I mean? But whatever. Anyway, I don't care.
But we started putting the pictures on our big screen TV, but it's taken like all of the pictures. So like even things we text back and forth to each other. So
those private things that you shouldn't know about.
No, one of the things that came up today was an ad for Gordon's Food Service. I was like, hey, look, I remember when you text me that.
Because I'll be like, oh, this is on sale. You need to run over to Gordon's, get some hamburger, So like we talk and text so much. And when I go back to dig through our text to find something.
If you go back even 24 hours, there's like, 150 texts?
So when I went to port the stuff over from my phone, it said I had 103,000 text messages. She had like 30,000.
No, I had a lot.
Yeah, 30,000.
And it's just me and you mostly.
Yeah. 103,000 text messages.
Yep.
Yeah. Shake it off. Shake it off.
So the girl loves
She's
Taylor
a Swiftie
Swift.
for
She's
sure.
A Swiftie.
Yeah. People get so upset, right? So people get so upset that about Taylor Swift. Why is she always in the I'm like, you know what? Only time I really hear about Taylor Swift is if I'm watching something like something news oriented and it pops up because she's a newsworthy person, or people complaining about seeing her all the time. I know she's not making music for me. I am not her demographic, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I don't mind listening to it for the girl because she has a good time. She puts work in when she dances. She's having a good time.
She is.
She's jazzercising and
she'll
she's doing
dance till she falls.
Yeah.
Like she'll dance till she fall out. But the thing is people are gonna find things they hate about everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. the most beloved person of all time. Someone's going to hate him. Somebody's going to have some reason to hate Mahatma Gandhi. Someone's going to have a reason to hate Mother Teresa. Someone's going to
I
have a
do.
reason to hate
I don't hate.
everybody. There's no.
I don't hate people.
I
Hate
don't
takes
either.
too much energy that I could be utilizing to focus on me.
Right. But
And that sounds
whenever-
selfish. Sorry to interrupt, babe, but
fine. You're
go ahead.
selfish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
That's fine. It's fine.
Whenever there's somebody noteworthy in the news or in anywhere, people are going to find a reason to be upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can continue.
Yeah, I mean, so I know. Sometimes I get on a roll and my brain goes, oh. Anyway, so the thing is like you can prioritize your emotions and hating things. And that's one thing I try to talk to our girl, because she's like, I hate whatever it is. And it's something trivial. Like, I hate these snacks, or I hate this color crayon, or it's just,
It's just a phrase.
She's just working it out. She doesn't understand the context. But I was like, we don't want to hate things, because hating something takes so much more energy that you could be putting towards yourself. And I don't mean that in a selfish context, but I think we do neglect ourselves so much. We prioritize the things that we shouldn't.
Well, it's easier to spend your time thinking about somebody who irritates you or displeases you or whatever, who you hate, than it is to take the time to figure out what is it about them that bothers you so much, and what do you need to change about you to make that not bother you as much. It's like a jealousy type of thing, and not always, but sometimes it's a jealousy thing. And why are you jealous of that person? What do they have that you don't? And what can you either do to achieve what you're missing, or to let go and realize that you're okay without whatever it is that you don't have? And instead, people would rather spend their time bitching and complaining about X, Y, or Z, or whoever has this, that, or the other that they don't have, as opposed to trying to look inward and see that they're happy with the things they do have, or see what they need to do and change about themselves to make themselves happy.
Right.
So just be wary of who's taking up space in your brain, and are they paying you rent to be there?
Let's see.
But no, I have no feelings either way about Taylor Swift. I like a couple of her songs.
Shake it off.
I do.
Yeah,
like
I have
that
the holiday ones. Jackie showed her a new Ninja drink thing. I saw that at Walmart the other day, but they've got their own flavors or whatever, so I don't know how that's going to work out. It's a competition for
Is it like a Soda Stream?
Yeah, it's a competition for Soda Stream, kind of. I don't know if it does it carbonate. I don't know. The Soda Stream is owned by Pepsi, so you can't get Coke Zero, so that's kind of a meh. But
I wouldn't drink that anyway.
Holiday waffle maker, but they had Coke Zero that have Diet Coke too. So anyway, holiday waffle makers, egg bite maker. Yeah, she gave the egg bite maker to the coworker.
Is that the thing with the little cups?
Yeah.
Oh, that needs to be thrown in the trash anyway, because the child has taken most of the cups.
That's fine. They've
been filled with toys. They're like Easter eggs. When you find them, they're filled with stuff.
Yeah. I have a Pizel and a state of Texas, a honeycomb, a Grogu, a heart, a bowl maker, 2 regs, and partridge in a pear tree.
A bowl maker?
It's kind of like what I have.
Bowls?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and we've got a stuffer still in the box we never opened.
Yeah.
I got it for $20 at the one place, the Big Lots.
I do like a Big Lots sometimes. I haven't been there in a long time.
Maitreya. Sometimes in my head,
Maitreya,
your name comes across in the same tone and sing-songy as Sega. Sega, like Maitreya. See what I'm saying?
He's weird.
You know what? I am weird. And that's why you're all here, to gawk. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a laughing point.
Mickey Mouse for the win, a waffle maker, and the Stuffler.
I do like Mickey Mouse.
Shauna, I keep looking at the bowl maker. What do you make in it? Plates.
No, you are so wrong. Plates. Mm. I cannot with this man.
Hydrate.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Plates.
I also made tots. So that's the thing, is like you could make tots out of my chaffle recipe as well. I
Yeah.
just didn't add as much cheese. So if you go back, I have a couple of videos where I make hash browns without the obviously keto chocolate didn't exist yet, but I didn't use the chaffle machines or the chaffle makers. I used some silicone molds. So if you want to go
And
back
baked
and
them.
look at those, and you can bake them. I added a lot of cheese to those, but I think these turned out better without the cheese. So even if
Not as much cheese. Still have some
well,
cheese.
there's like a half a cup of
Parmesan.
Parmesan. That's just mainly just as a binder.
Yeah.
You don't even notice it's there. But I kind of think that all that other cheese, they were good, but they were so dense. This is more texture oriented the way you want it to be.
This has a mouthfeel like hash browns. So it was really good.
It's like what you want to hear. How that mouth feel. Anyway, Meyer is a little higher because it's local. I mean,
I'm super.
In which way do you mean higher?
Burpy and yawny.
What, you play the keyboards?
And I burp while I do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've thought about the bunt maker. I tell you what I want. I want the 4. They have the 4 square and the 4 round chaffle makers from Dash. They're like $40. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Can't help with the yawn. I don't know that Meyer is local.
Well, Meyer is actually based
like
out of Michigan.
Yeah. I was going to say, I felt like it was north something.
Let me see what we've got here. I bought the pie maker, but I kept burning them, so I returned it. Pre-keto, of course. Hey-o! Hungry Heath is in the house.
Welcome for joining. I can't words. Thank you for joining. Welcome.
So I was watching Heath's video. Heath had made a video about a week ago where they were looking at the MS meds that he takes, and they were going with the Mark Cuban prescription medication website.
Right.
So I went and I looked up my brother, because my brother's on some blood thinners. So I went to look up what he's on, and for half the strength medication, it was still like $200. So I was like, well, that's not that was kind of I was like, but no, nope. That was not a success for us. So that website is not going to hit for everybody, but I'm glad it's a good thing for them.
And he could always contact his doctor and ask them to write him for something cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean,
hopefully he can get himself to where he doesn't need them anymore.
Yeah. Before Xarelto and Eliquis and all these other things, people did take aspirin. There is a thing.
Yeah.
Now, you'd have to talk with your doctor, obviously. Not a doctor, not handing out medical advice. But, with things like that, you can always ask your doctor, is there something cheaper I can take?
Yeah.
Anywho.
Carl says, we have a snack master, makes pocket sandwiches. That'd be kind of neat. I need to see if I can find one of those.
That is kind of neat.
I don't know how chaffle stuff would work with it, but it might.
You would just make a layer and then put your meat and cheese or whatever in the middle and then make a layer on top, right?
I don't know. I don't know
how it works.
Yeah, I have to look and see how it works. Stacy, my dear, thank you for joining up. I do appreciate you and Ken being here. Please tell Ken I said hello and not Mr. Patterson or whatever. He's like, stop calling me Mr. Patterson. It's Ken. I'm like, but I was raised to be respectful. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. It comes out.
When he calls me ma'am, it's been a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
That means he's going to get, in trouble.
If I'm like, yes, ma'am, that means I'm kind of upset with her. So, hi, Hungry Heath. Hate leads to the dark side.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. My soul is basically, a black hole. But there's no need
Black
for
hole
there's
sun.
oh, I hate that song.
Won't
Knock
you
it off.
come?
Knock it off. It is the worst song ever, ever, ever made.
She's flicking me.
Anyway, but there's no space in my life for hate. There's no space in your life for hate.
Yeah.
We're too full with other things.
Yeah. Change the channel. She says, hate chase away from TV. We only
You're
watch the
watching
stuff.
the wrong things.
We watch things that make me cry, like that Carl Date thing the other day. I was like,
I watch comedies.
Yeah.
He watches things that make him cry.
I cry at comedies. What are you talking about?
That is true. We watch those quick little like romantic comedy things, and he'll like be right next to me. I just love it. It makes my day.
Yeah. She said, crap. Did I miss a Taylor Swift conversation? Indeed.
A little bit. You
a
did.
little.
Yes.
Only because our little is she's like
Taylor Swift obsessed.
Yeah, because she makes very catchy songs, and the girl loves catchy songs. So for a long time
and she likes the videos.
Yeah. So for a long time she was really into Technotronic, pump up the jams, pump up the jam, pump it up. It was funny because she would take the lyrics literally. So it's like, oh, I'm made today. Get your booty on the floor tonight. She'd sit and put her butt on the floor. And it was to die for adorable.
The cutest thing you've ever seen.
Because she heard put your booty on the dance floor.
And
get your
she
just
put her booty right on the floor every time. It was hilarious. But now she is into Taylor Swift.
And then she was into Summertime.
Yep, she was into that one. Now it's Taylor Swift. She shakes it off a lot. And then she likes the videos. There's one where it's like all the different versions of Taylor Swift at the end. I don't remember which one it is. And she's like, where's that one where she's a zombie? I want to see that video. So we watch that. And then she'll do, there's one where she's singing with, I think it's like the lead singer of Panic at the Disco. And it's mostly pink, the video. And she's like, I want to watch the Taylor movie or the Taylor video that's all pink. Where's the pink video? So we watched that one too. But she's very into it.
Jackie says it does still and sparkling, and it's called the Ninja Thirsty. Ooh, I'm so thirsty.
You like ending things with ice, huh?
Thirst trap. The Ninja Thirst Trap. Get you every time. See, that's they missed the marketing. They missed the marketing there.
Yeah.
The Ninja Thirsty. The thirst will get you every time. Hey, Lynn. Thank you for being here, dear.
Thanks for joining us. Oof. You got my arm trapped.
She's like, I'm not sad about the Sega thing. It was great. But everyone like, Sega. I was just like super excited back then because like video games that made actual like speech instead of just like that 8-bit,
instead of the noises.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I have an old-fashioned seltzer bottle, so I carbonate plain water and flavor it how I want. All right.
Nice.
I need to see about one of those. I don't know how that works.
I have no idea.
I enjoyed the plate answer to my question. I just say things sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes things just roll out of his mouth and we all laugh.
Yeah, the 4 with the overflow. I know. I want that so bad. I think one time I looked at it, they were $60. Now I think they're like $39.
Yeah.
So they fluctuate.
One of these days.
One of these days, Alice. One of these days, a knuckle sandwich.
You're gonna have a knuckle sandwich.
I mean, they're probably delicious. A moose knuckle sandwich. I feel like they should have designed the bunt maker upside down, or the top and the bottom, or the vice versa.
I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. I've never seen it.
Says the bowl maker sounds fun, filled in with sloppy Joe, taco, or pizza filling.
Yeah. That would be good.
Okay, Jackie. She's like, Chandra, if he doesn't use the Stuffler by May, make him give it up for the drawing at the meetup.
I can do that. We've got, like I said, 5 chaffle makers in the garage.
I bought those for last year's meetup.
That are going to be given away at a meetup.
Oh, and I've got a bacon grease or lard or canister. So it's got like that real fine mesh at the top that you can pour your hot grease into it so it catches all the stuff.
And a little tray that it sits on so you don't mess
Mhm.
up your counter. And it's got a pour spout so you can pour it. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Like I said, I'm Belchy and Yanni.
Yeah, Meyer's in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Kentucky. Because I think they started in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like the concept that they give to Gleaners, which is a local Indiana food bank. I don't know if they're everywhere or just Indiana, that they give to them if they can't, sell their marked down stuff.
The worst song made is "My Uncle Was My Cousin Before He Died." Okay. She said,
Nice.
"Sorry, like regional versus global."
Oh yeah. Kroger for the longest time I thought was just regional, but they're actually pretty all over. They go by different names in different states, but they're owned by the same like parent corporation.
You could tell by what you're talking about, Kroger.
Uh-huh.
You could tell by the like when you go in, like all the price tags look, the price
They
markers.
look the same. Yeah. And then also, I think we were able to use our Kroger card.
Kroger points or whatever.
When we were
like in
other
Colorado
places.
and Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I like. I do like that.
Weight loss, my weight loss life. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for joining.
We appreciate you very much. We are doing fan flippin-tastic today. It's Tuesday.
You being nice. Fan flipping.
Flipping because
Flipping. Because it's not
after dark.
Well, it is.
I mean, it's dark.
I mean, it's after 4:00. It's dark. But
Technotronic was awesome. I had the cassette single.
I remember skating to it at the skating rink. We've talked about taking the girls skating. So I'm concerned about broken hips.
Broken ankle.
I'm a big girl, and if I fall hard. So if I fall at a certain speed, at what speed do I need to be concerned that a hip is going to be broken? That's my physics question.
If I fall standing still,
will I still break a hip?
Probably. But but she deserves to go skating.
She does. Because
she is athletic. She is very on the go, and I think she would probably take to it very well.
Yeah. Can we have like her parents take her?
I want to go. It doesn't mean we have to skate.
I want to go too, but I just don't want to fall and hurt myself.
We got to get to this super sticker for $1.99.
Woo!
Thank you.
That is awesome. We really appreciate that.
We do. And it is a big old thumbs up.
Woo, woo.
I've got my phone open over here so I can see what it is, because
on
this side of things it doesn't show me, but on my phone over here it does.
Oh, I did notice that you've got a little handy phone holder over there.
Yeah.
You've probably only had that ever since we've been videoing out here.
Yeah.
But I noticed it today.
Yeah.
I'm very observant.
I think there's a hole in the bottom too, so you can run a cord through.
Of you and your things.
Yeah. I got this at Costco.
That's very nice here. I'm very impressed.
Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody's comments.
Yeah.
I change all the time. I like to watch. Wow. A while back, cult documentaries.
You like documentaries much more than I do.
I like weird, so one of my, I love weird, strange documentaries. Like I've watched like the Pruitt-Igoe Project documentary, which was about like in the 1950s when they started implementing the projects in St. Louis, then how that kind of spread across the country, and how to kind of change the dynamic of what we know as like impoverished people today. And that stuff is just so eye-opening, to like the fact that we basically manufactured something like that. Mm-hmm. And then that led to like Cabrini Green, which we would know from watching Good Times. And then I like stuff like, I've watched a lot of documentaries on the Titanic, weirdly enough. Like I don't want to go down and visit in a tube that's going to go, I don't want that.
Sounds like a bad plan.
Sounds awful. But I do enjoy the conspiracy around the Titanic. Now, there's probably no real way to prove it. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with the conspiracy?
That it's a different boat.
Yeah, so there were two ships. There was the Olympic and the Titanic. The Olympic was uninsured, but got damaged. So what they did is they basically dressed the Olympic up like the Titanic.
In the conspiracy theory.
In the conspiracy theory here, that they basically what they did was they dressed up the Olympic to look like the Titanic, sent the Olympic out in the Titanic voyage. They basically made sure it sank. So that way, then that would be, oh, that was the Titanic and the Olympic is still back here or whatever. They still have this big ship. Now, like I said, there's probably no real way to prove it. But I mean, even that was like that ship sank the month my great grandmother was born. So that's, I mean, that was pretty crazy when you start to put a contextual thing to that. So
see, I'm not opposed to documentaries. There are other things I would prefer to watch.
like
and
the Westinghouse documentary, the kids were like, oh, I love Westinghouse. That was so awesome.
But there are other things I would prefer to watch, only because I got my fair share of documentaries when I was a kid. My dad was very into them. I don't like conspiracy theories on the most part. I'm not so ignorant to think that some of those conspiracies couldn't be true, but I'm also, some of them are just way out there.
I just find them entertaining.
They're just way out.
Shauna says maybe she'll try and make keto chow baked potato bowl.
Ooh, that could be nice. And then you put like
delicioso.
maybe an onion soup in it, or cheese soup.
I get great meat sales using Heath and Shelley's zip code e-coupons. I need to try that because basically you try, like you put like somebody else's zip code in and you print the coupons and then the store still has to take them because they're still their coupons.
Okay, so we watched a movie.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I don't remember what it was called, but it had my crush in it.
It had your girl.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, and I'll Google it. Hang on. Coupon movie.
Queen Pins.
Okay, so it's about these two people who start basically a couponing scheme, and they get caught. And they get prosecuted. And
like
whatever.
This is like $58 million worth of coupons.
Yeah, but I mean, it was really cute, and it had what is her name?
You just had it up.
Well, I just closed it.
See what I'm dealing with?
What was her name?
So we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things. Coupon movie, Queen Pins. What is her name?
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell was in it. And Kirby Howell-Baptiste.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn
is a
Joel McHale.
Joe McHale is like my spirit animal.
He was such a jerk in that movie, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he fits the character very well, but he was a real jerk in that movie.
Fantabulous.
But it was a cute movie about couponing.
I guess we can do that at Kroger's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was very interesting about how they scammed the companies and how they got basically away with it. I think she ended up serving 11 months.
Well, she would, because of good behavior, I think she spent like
8.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was very interesting to see. But anyway.
Osteopenia.
Can you spell osteopenia? Yes.
Osteopenia. Jenna.
Osteopenia. Penia, I believe.
She could fall laying on the ground.
So he likes to pick on me because I am klutzy. I have fallen out of our bed multiple times. I've fallen down our stairs multiple times. I run into things on a regular basis. I come home from work with bruises in random places from running into things. And he is like, are you sure you're a nurse and you don't do something else because these bruises are sketch? But I am a klutz. I've always been a klutz. I'm never not going to be a klutz. I can be holding my coffee cup 1 second and within 2 seconds I've dropped it and it's on the floor and all over me. And I don't even know how it happened. It just is what it is. I'm just a klutzy person. I've learned to live with it. I have luckily only really hurt myself as a child.
She likes to cut herself open, but anyway, Jen asked if can the girl wear size 13 and in my
That's
skates.
still a little big.
Yeah, so we're probably about what 6 months to a year out from that.
Yeah. We do have the roller skates that fit over tennis shoes in the garage. So we'll probably put her on those maybe in the summer if she'll let us.
Yeah, she just can't take those to the skating rink.
Yeah, she just can't. I
Yeah.
don't think you could.
No, because they've got rocks and stuff in them, so they don't let you bring your
Oh.
outside skates because they could mess up their floors.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you got to rent them. They are weird. I'm weird.
No,
I have to confirm the
Colts.
size. Said it was a good size. Cult documentaries. I like watching there's a couple of YouTube channels that I'll watch, like Mr. Build It, and there's I watch people do stuff and I'm like, I could do that, but I won't.
Have recently become obsessed with the Dollar Tree organization videos, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it because I have these ideas of grandeur. Like I'm going to go and drop $50 at Dollar Tree and organize my whole life. But let's be real. I am mildly organized. He is not at all. So what am I going to do? Then I'm going to have a stockpile of Dollar Tree organizational tools that he doesn't even use that are just everywhere in my house. I don't know. I would love to be that person that does that and does organize everything and it turns out well. But I also know that I live with him and that will never happen.
She acts like I'm the messy one.
No, it's not messy. It's you can't organize. You don't organize and you can't.
Yeah.
You put things wherever you can make them fit, which is not organizing.
Sherry said Queen's Pins was great. She watched it last week.
It was really cute. I liked it. We love Kristen Bell. I don't think there's anything she's done other than the Frozen movies that I dislike.
I mean, and Frozen's just because you.
Frozen is just because the songs have been beaten into my brain. And the first Frozen, I don't really like the storyline. There really isn't a storyline to it. The second one is better. The first one is just very meh.
Yeah, Google said it's based on a real story of 3 women in Arizona. Yeah, it was all based in Arizona. It was 2 women and one somebody came in to help them a little bit in the middle, but
yeah.
She can fall up. She falls up the stairs. She falls out of bed.
I fall up the stairs. I fall out of bed. I fall down the stairs. I fall standing still.
I used to date a girl who was in roller derby.
If I had the balance and the coordination, I would totally do roller derby. But more than likely, I would probably break every bone in my body in practice.
Because at that time, it was at that time of my life, it was either date. It was you're going to meet a girl, and it was 50-50 whether they were roller derby or burlesque. It was 50-50.
Those were the days, huh?
I mean, I had a good time.
I'm sure you did.
Let's see. I felt so much as a teen when I broke both bones in my ankle. They thought I was joking until they saw my foot flipped at a weird angle.
Ooh. See, I've been lucky to not break anything that I'm aware of. I just fall all the time. I just bump into stuff and fall. It's just what I do. Now, my daughter broke her right ankle twice, basically about 2 inches apart, about 2 years apart from each other. Mm-hmm. And she broke it good.
It was more than 2 years apart because she broke it before I ever knew you. And then she broke it about 3 or so years into us dating. Because I was driving the Dart when she broke it.
The second time.
Yeah. The first time she broke it, you were still with Tracy.
We were separated.
Yeah, so you weren't fully divorced yet.
Yeah.
So I wasn't in the picture.
No. But they were roughly 3 years-ish apart. 3.5 years apart. But she broke it good. The first time she was in a cast all the way up to her thigh for a month, and then a cast to her knee for a month, and then a boot for a month. And then the second time she broke it, she was in a cast up to her knee for about a month, and then a boot for a month. But yeah, she's got permanent swelling in that right leg that will never go down. But
she said she's got a pair of inline skates that she can have.
Okay.
Let's see. Shauna says, I currently have too many options to organize into. That's the thing is like we need to just to have a dumpster pulled up to our door and just
just throw it all out.
Yeah.
Can we just throw it all out and start over? That's one of the things when the house gets messy, I just want to burn it down. I just want to burn down the house and walk away. And just be like, whatever it is, we'll just start over. It's fine. I know that's not how it should be. But
Jen, your house is about as organized as Martha Stewart.
Yeah. You do have a very organized and clean home. I suppose that's probably one of the good things when you're, she doesn't have to clean up after somebody like you.
I mean,
I'm not saying you're dirty. I'm just saying, again, you don't understand what organization is.
Jackie says, if I want to annoy Rowan, I play Let It Go full blast.
Yes.
Super Michael the Mario Kirby fan is here. Thank you so much for being here.
Joining. I dig
this
your
is
name.
The first time I think you've been here. We appreciate you very much.
Yeah, that's a pretty rockin' name.
How did you find us? I'm just curious.
I'm into Kirby. Kirby was always the cute.
It was like right after I was into video games. And then like, it just kind of was like right after.
The kids would play Super Smash Brothers Brawl. And I think I could be Kirby in that one. And it didn't matter because I would die every time we started. Like we would play, get 2 minutes in, and they'd all be laughing that Mom's already dead. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. We had a good time.
I would also have to be able to tolerate pain.
Yeah. The pain's no fun.
I fell stepping into the shower once and shattered the ball of my shoulder.
Ow. That sounds horrible. I am sorry.
Yeah, that doesn't sound much fun at all.
No, that doesn't sound fun. That's one of my big fears in life. Like, I don't have a whole lot of like major fears. I fear that one day I am going to fall while I'm in the shower, fall through the door because we have one of those. I think it's actually plastic, not glass, but
it's hard. I don't know. It's got to be more than acrylic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Whatever it is. I fear that I'm going to fall in the shower and fall through that door, and our toilet is directly across from the shower, and then I'm going to crack my head on the toilet and die naked and wet in the bathroom. That is a big fear of mine. That is a fear that I have. Yeah. I would really hate for that to be the scene of my death. I mean,
I thought I was dying today.
Yeah, you did. Glad you didn't.
Because my right arm was bothering me. It was all sore and stiff, and it was like tingly and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm having a heart attack. But I was like, I don't want to wake them up and worry them that I'm having a heart attack. I was like, I'll just have it.
The sign of a true gentleman. I'll just die of a heart attack instead of waking you up.
Yeah, they had just fallen asleep, and I'm laying there. I'm like, oh, this is it. Coming to see you, mama. Like. And then I was like, looked up and it was like it's usually your left arm. I'm like, okay. But it was like so sore. I was like, I don't know what I did to it. I must have pulled it or laid on it weird or something. But like, I rolled over and I'm like, this is it. I'm dying. But I could breathe fine. I'm like, I was trying to find my pulse. I couldn't even find it. I'm like, I'm already dead.
You should have just woke me up. I'd have found your pulse for you and told you to shut up and go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's kind of what I didn't want. I didn't want the two options that would be either her panicking and jumping up and making me go to the ER, or her being like, you're dumb, go back to sleep. I didn't want either one of those things. So I was, I'll just die peacefully laying here. Right. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't really want to wake you up. I'll just die next to you. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine.
Final Destination shower edition.
Yes, that is one of my biggest fears. I do not want that to happen. I do not want to die in the shower naked.
She's more likely to fall getting in and out of the tub more so than the shower.
Oh, yeah. We have a deep garden tub. So if I'm getting in and out of the tub, I'm more likely to fall and get hurt. Either way, I'm pretty sure the bathroom is just a bad idea for me altogether anymore. So, I should. Hi, Flea. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for being here, dear.
That is my bestest friend in the whole wide world. Nobody else is allowed to call her Flea but me.
Her shower was in a tub. It was a transformer.
I think I need to get a shower chair.
They're annoying.
I know.
We had one for my mom forever. And it was like, you'd have to move it all the way to the back and it just give you this much room to shower in the tub. You're like, But then like you didn't want to sit on it because like if she was not home for a long time, if she'd go like long stints in the nursing home, it would just kind of get like, because you don't think about it, it would just get slimy and then you wouldn't want to touch it. And like you didn't think about it because it basically you just sat shampoo on it.
See, I would probably not be as worried about falling in the shower if I had a shower chair, though.
I was locked in the bathroom. It took 2 of my roommates to get the door open. I would have just kicked it open.
I would have probably just cried. Honestly, I probably would have just cried on the floor, just hating life at the moment. I can't imagine what you were going through. That sounds just miserable. Just miserable.
Chandra says she'll give you a hug later.
I will send you an air hug, a fist bump. You know.
Wonder Twins activate.
That just sounds just like the worst. The worst.
I told Memo Fifi, because she was like, "Oh, did you save me one of those sandwiches that I posted?"
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, "Well, you guys can come over and we'll cook you a nice keto meal sometime."
Yeah. Come over. We'll make you keto food.
Delicious. Probably means steak.
Yeah. I miss steak. We haven't had it in a little while.
I think there's a couple left in the beef thawed out in there.
Yeah.
Been trying to space them out a little bit.
I know. Steak is expensive.
Even like at Costco the other day, strip and sirloin were the same price.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I love steak. Of all the keto foods, that is the food that I like the best. And unfortunately, despite the fact that, there's income coming in, it seems as though there's never enough.
Poor Shauna.
Oh, I am so sorry. That sounds just the worst.
But she did say that although the funny part was calling my boss and said, "I've fallen and I can't get up." And it was
okay. At least you made it funny. At least you lightened it up a little.
It says you can move to the Philippines so you could bathe, shower outside, no fear of head cracking or toilets because they don't have them. Yeah, but okay, here's the deal with that. Then we've got to be able to actually squat for long enough to do the deeds and all that stuff. And you got to be like, have some really sturdy knees.
I can get down in a squat. Jackson, so our middle kid was over here the other night and we were talking about exercise and whatnot because he's very into the gym lately and he's started doing keto again over the last month. And we were talking about squats and exercises and stuff like that. And I played catcher in softball for 4 years in high school. So I can squat. I can hold a squat. I can hold a squat for a good amount of time, like 30 to 45 minutes. I can get down. The problem is I can't get back up anymore. I can get down and squat to look at a Foley catheter or a wound, or if I'm bathing my patient, they're sitting in the chair, I can get down and squat and wash their feet. Do whatever needs to be done. It's just getting back up is a problem. If I'm down there for longer than about 20 minutes, I basically just need to sit down on the floor before I can get up again. But I can squat. Shorty can get low. She just can't get back up again.
Jackie says, I lived in a house several years ago that had one of those older people showers where you walk in and shut the door. Good in theory until it runs out of hot water by your knees. And what's it says? You're stuck till it drains.
Yeah, I could see that sucking.
Unless you're spry enough to jump the ledge and drop 4 feet.
Well, yeah, that's another scary situation. I don't want to jump the ledge.
Next thing I think we'll do, instead of getting a new water heater, because water heaters last about 7 to 10 years, give or take. I think we'll just go ahead and bite the bullet and get a tankless water heater.
I think that makes the most sense, especially here. But then you need to get like almost 2 of them in Indiana because it gets so cold. You need to have.
Well, I mean, we did talk to Joe because your brother-in-law, because they live in Wisconsin and it gets even colder up there, and they're using their tankless water heater also runs their ambient floor heat. So they ran tubes all through the flooring of their house.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have the tile on top of it So all that hot water runs through the flooring. So that's where their heat comes from. So they don't have a heater. So I guess they've had that set up now for at least 2 years.
Since they got the house basically rebuilt.
Yeah. So they should be, hopefully they'll have an understanding of how efficient that is. And is their tankless water heater big enough to handle
the cold?
Yeah, the cold water. Yeah.
Yeah. Because from what I've heard, that people who live in much colder places, when they have a tankless water heater, they usually have two. And they'll run one to a certain temperature just to get the water warmed up enough to run it through the one to get it hot.
Yeah. But then it runs and doesn't stop.
Yeah.
That would been there for 84 days. Just come out, you look like a California raisin.
I'll be taking my meals in the shower. Thank you.
You'll be like that lady who lived on the toilet for 10 years. Toilet. And then it says,
how does that even work?
Jackie said, it's great for shaving. And if I ever get a stupid, crazy income, I totally get a heated floors and driveway. Heated driveway that seems to be
I would also get a car with a heated steering wheel. Yeah. That's on my list.
Oh, the Tesla has heated steering wheel.
That is on my list of things.
The new Tesla, the Model 3, has heated steering wheel.
That is on my list of things.
Yeah. So we're looking at maybe doing Tesla when this lease is up.
We're thinking.
Well, we're looking at it. We've got about a year and a half, give or take.
We're thinking about what lease price right now. We're paying quite a bit, but we have an SUV. So we would have to get something smaller, because even the Tesla SUV is small. It would be something significantly smaller, but the lease price would be less. And then we also wouldn't be paying for gas. So, but then, you're paying to charge, or you put a charger station in the house, and
it's like $500 to $1,000. And then it's like
we're trying to calculate out what's going to make the most sense.
Yeah, electricity is almost always going to save you over gas.
Yeah.
For now.
So we're trying to figure out what makes the most sense, but heated steering wheel is the one thing I wish I had that I don't have now, as well as an app to start the car.
Well, that's the thing, is you would set, so every day you would go to work, you would just basically set it to where at 6 a.m. it would start, it would charge, it would start, you would keep it plugged in the garage, and it would, the heated seats would come on. Or the new Model 3s have ventilated front seats as well, so they're cool.
So if it's dead of summer.
Yeah, if you're going out to the car. And the thing about Teslas, if you basically, it never gets above 100 degrees inside the car, because if it's super summer, it'll run a temperature control so it doesn't get so hot in the car. So, and that'll be good if you are doing the whole thing where you're charging at home. Then you're never probably going to have a low battery under normal circumstances, so you would just always not have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Shauna says, let's see.
You're up higher.
Oh yeah.
There. That one's blue.
Yeah. My mom had a heated towel rack that amazing after a shower.
Oh.
But they were just weirdly priced high for some weird reason.
They are very expensive for what they are.
They don't run in the Indiana winter, so you don't need a heated steering wheel. That's not true.
What doesn't run?
Teslas.
Oh.
Yeah. The problem with that was, especially in Chicago, is the Chicago infrastructure is set up that most people don't have home chargers, so they're all reliant on superchargers. And if you are trying to get to a supercharger and your battery is low, you don't have enough energy in your battery to preheat the battery so that it can take a charge. So then if everybody's coming to the supercharger without it preheated, it takes a really long time. Once you plug your battery in, it's got to get enough juice to warm the battery, so then it can start filling it up. The bonus of us having a home with a garage where we can install a charger is that every night she gets home, she charges it. So every day she goes out, it's going to be charged. And the fact that she's never going to drive not always, but most of the time, we're never going to drive enough in a day to where we're going to get low enough to require a supercharger. only time you're going to need that is if you're going on a road trip. So that's
Yeah.
just one of those things, like, it just makes a lot of sense if you don't do a lot of driving.
I mean,
But
I
yeah.
work 20 minutes from the house, so
Yeah. I have a heated steering wheel. It is great. It's a 2018, so probably more standard in the next 5 years. Well, that's like now, like cars, like everything, like what 2016, 2018, whatever. Everything has to have a backup camera and all that stuff.
yeah. They all have those safety systems.
It just depends. So a lot of times there's extended warranties, but most of the batteries, and if you do the research, the batteries are running and lasting for 250 to 500, even some models to 1,000,000 miles. So the chances of you ever truly needing a new battery are very slim. But just like any
Sorry.
car where you can buy a brand new gas car and the engine goes out and you got to buy a brand new engine for that car,
Yeah.
or have something major go wrong, transmission, something, the electrical system's bad. It's the same thing that happens with any other car, but the battery is about $20,000. But if it's under warranty, then it gets replaced.
Yeah. Well, and this is like
We would be
had-
leasing, so it wouldn't even be a big deal for us.
Yeah, we had the neighbor next door to us bought a brand new whatever it was. I don't remember, Pontiac or something.
He had, I forget what it was, a Hyundai, something like that.
Brand new, bought it, and
Like
it turns
2,000
out
miles, yeah.
it turns out that it had a transmission issue that they were aware of, and it failed within
Yeah.
a few months of him having it, and they had to replace his car.
Mhm.
So anything can happen with any new car. That's not, exclusive to Tesla or anywhere else.
Yeah. So an air frying on it. And obviously there's a lot of controversy around Tesla. So anytime that happens, you're more likely to hear about it.
Yeah.
And Shauna says that she'd rather just have a hot driver.
I would take a hot driver, but since I like to be in charge, I'd be driving either way.
So Sherry's got a medieval Jeep Cherokee from 1014 AD, and it has a heated steering wheel. So that must be fire. It's 1014. Okay, this was built by the Romans, and it's got a heated steering wheel because there's someone over like one of those like pump things, and it's got a coal fire, and then and it's got heated seats, which means it's like you're sitting in like hot oil. Wonderful in winter.
Jesus built it himself.
I have a Jeep, not a Tesla. We know. Jeep, Jeep, Jeep. You remind me of my Jeep. Does this mean you're reliable, but you're still like part of Stellantis group? I don't know what that means. 2014. I like the medieval version better.
There's Fred Flintstones in the back pushing it. No.
So Shannon, I had a Jeep when we got together. I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, a 2005, I think it was, when we got together.
I don't want a Jeep. I feel like they're made for people who know how to like deal with and work on their cars.
Wranglers, yes. Jeep Cherokees, they're for soccer moms, and I'll never own another Mopar vehicle ever again.
I'm just not a fan. I don't know. They're just not for me.
I've seen iRobot too, but I still want a car that'll drive for me.
I don't care if the car drives itself as long as I'm not in it. I want to be in charge.
Yeah. I had a Prius. I'll never own another. Prius had a 7 kilowatt-hour battery in it. That's not the same. That's like saying like, like you'll never own another fire pit, but you had a toaster. You know what I mean? It's just not the same.
You had a toaster.
Yeah, you're like, I had a smoker, and it was like this. It was like one of those little like single toast toasters.
You had a hibachi grill out
back. Like the battery in a Tesla would run your house for like 2 days.
Yeah.
The Prius would be like run your toaster for 8 minutes.
I love you.
Horsepower, Teslas are ridiculous.
Oh, so I'm sure I may get arrested.
Well, even the low-end model, models,
at least once.
The low-end Teslas, 0 to 60, 5.3.
Just letting you all know, if you see a picture of me holding numbers, it's because I was driving and I got caught.
Yeah.
We had this discussion the other day about, I don't understand why cops driving in the opposite lane will flash their lights at you. Look, you're not turning around. I know you're not turning around. I'm going to hit my brake for 30 seconds so you can see that I hit my brake. But let's be fair. I'm going to speed the hell off, and you're not going to follow me because it's not worth your time. So don't bother flashing your lights at me You're just going to piss me off and make me drive faster. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's my opinion.
I hear you. Any cops watching, please disregard her. Like one time we were driving through Wisconsin and our niece was in the car and her fiance's in the car and he's trying to be a cop. And I was like, you're going to be the first person that's ever been pulled over from inside the car.
He's not even a real cop yet.
Not yet.
Yet.
Still.
Speed limits are more like guidelines.
Yeah.
The only time it makes sense to follow them is in a neighborhood or in a construction zone, if there's people out actually working, not if they're not, or
gotta watch out for them cones.
Or if you're in a neighborhood, a school zone, or a construction zone where there are people working, then I follow it to the T because I don't want to accidentally hit anybody. But if I'm on the open road and it says 65 and my car can handle 90, well, then I guess we're just going to see who gets there first, aren't we?
Jackie said the original Jeep went through every war to prove its worth. And no one drives those today. Anyway, she says the Jeep Grand Cherokee is considered a luxury vehicle. It was a luxury that I had enough money to keep replacing all the stuff on it that was going bad. And
all right, you all dislike cars. You're going to fight about it.
I'm not fighting. I'm just displaying my opinion forcefully.
Yes.
I'm happy with my 2008 RAV4. I mean, right now I've got a 2019 Honda Civic that she basically drives all the time.
I love that car.
And then I drive her 21 Kia Telluride.
Yeah, I won't get another Kia.
The Wagoneers are really nice, but they are really big and expensive. Yeah. I like knowing that I can get gas anywhere. I've just got to give you shit. Anyway, most people get electrics for the environment. I don't give a shit about that part of it. I mean, I do, but I just like the technology. I like it. I mean, it's good and it's cheap for, I mean, they've done comparisons. So you can get a $60,000 electric vehicle and the cost of ownership over 5 years comes out to be the exact same as buying a $24,000 Toyota. Because if you're talking about oil changes, gas, all the maintenance that goes into the brakes, all that stuff, because with an electric vehicle...
I think you've said that backwards.
What do you mean? The cost of ownership over 5 years, a $60,000 Tesla would come out as the same cost of ownership as a $24,000 Toyota.
So then what you're saying is buying a $24,000 Toyota costs or is the equivalent of buying a Tesla. So why would you buy the Tesla?
No, because you're spending still $60,000 over 5 years to own that Toyota. That's why you buy the Tesla.
So that you didn't say it the right way, but I understand what you mean. But the way you were saying,
I said it right.
Sound backwards.
I'm smart. Anyway.
We're gonna fight later. You're not gonna like it.
I know. Sherry probably only do a Grand or 4-door Wagoneer. I don't like the big ones. I have a Grand and it's almost too big because she needs a telephone book to see over the steering wheel. Dan figured he was going 100. Cops didn't just want to bother. He did it very often with the family.
See, I don't do it with anybody else in the car but me. But
Jackie, that's why I like the Cherokee. Before this, I always had sedans. After totaling 3 vehicles in 5 years, my boyfriend said I'm getting an SUV. I see that.
Yeah, I like an SUV size.
But I'm okay. And I know I keep going back to Teslas, but every vehicle they put out is the new safest vehicle on the market.
Yeah, and you're a big safety guy. Just like Pretty Woman.
Oh, no.
You're a safety guy.
I got red, I got yellow. It's like, but I always go back to what Willie Nelson said. How much were they? Don't know. Never used them. Anyway.
I can't.
Hit the button and raise my seat. I mean, does it go that high? Do you got to have like someone go like this and help you in?
You're mean.
I'm not mean. If her feet were furry, she'd be a hobbit.
She's not that short.
Maybe. Have you ever met a hobbit? We don't know.
Actually, I have not met a hobbit.
I mean, I do a weekly live stream with a guy who's little, they call him Hobbit.
Anyway, so we are considering a Tesla. I won't go with Kia again. I just like some of the things about it. The Telluride is nice. It's got a good ride. It gets hot, nice and quick, which I like. But it has this obnoxious thing where in the winter, which sucks in Indiana because it does get bitterly cold, when you stop at a stoplight, it doesn't stop blowing the air, right? So you have your heat on full blast. You stop at a stoplight. It doesn't stop blowing the air. It's still blowing the air, but it's no longer blowing your heat. It's blowing outside air. So it's cold. So when it is negative, God knows whatever, and you stop.
I figured out you just let your foot off the brake just a touch and it comes back on.
Well, yeah, you stop at the stoplight and you're keeping your foot on the brake and you're getting blown that negative, God knows whatever air into your face. And it makes me angry and it makes me cold and it makes me want to take that Kia Telluride and just drive it off the edge of the planet. Because that's stupid. That's bad design and it's dumb.
Jackie says, yes, it has Hobbit level. And Jennifer says that her 2006 HHR pretty much has to last me forever. It only has 123K on it.
That's not bad.
One thing I do want to talk about as we come towards...
Seeing as we got all sidetracked on cars.
Yeah. I want to talk about, what we've been talking about for a while now. Keto Palooza. As I've said, I want to make sure that we are talking about this at least once every live stream. Make sure if you want and you are looking to get your tickets, you do get your tickets because they will sell out as soon as she releases the speaker lineup and they go out to their audiences. Tickets will begin to sell much faster. And they're already selling faster than we knew. So
you had planned.
That we had planned. So they're selling. I want to say thank you to all of our wonderful members, everybody that we adore, even Jackie.
Don't be a jerk.
We love you, Jackie.
Yes, we do. We want you guys all to have a good night. Thanks for coming and BSing with us for an hour and a half-ish?
Yeah, almost an hour and a half. If you are going to be buying the Keto Chow, think about buying it from us. Our link.
I mean, there's links below.
Same thing. If you want to get some crushed pork rinds, there's a link for that below too. We've got a new review coming up, and that will have a link that you may want to purchase that as well, because it was...
I just need you to know that the review that's coming up, I finished it today. It's gone.
Yeah.
Every bit of it is gone. So you should buy it. Just saying.
Welp. Evelyn's going to there.
Nice. The Keto Palooza.
I do. I have an Amazon link as well. Anything that you need to purchase from Amazon, batteries, your Dash Minis, your Dash Maxis, whatever you need, anything you need.
Why is it when you said batteries, I thought like bats in trees?
Because the bats in your belfry have all died. They're all...
You're all...
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
He's just ornery tonight.
I'm in a good mood.
I'm going to have to take him out back and beat him.
Feeling good. I'm going to go on a live stream in a little bit for a movie I haven't watched. Action Jackson. Carl Weathers has passed away. R.I.P.
Anywho. Well.
We love you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for talking with us, chatting with us, putting up with us, being members. Thank you so much again for the super sticker.
Yes, that's awesome.
We appreciate you more than you understand. Let me go back over here. There it is. That's the super sticker we got. $1.99.
That's awesome.
We appreciate you so very much for that. And
keep an eye out for that video because you're going to want to know what we tasted and you're going to want to buy it. Just letting you know.
She liked it. It's like 2 for 2. What is this? The dating game is back in 2 and 2?
Exactly.
She liked it. You liked it.
You'd think I was changing, but I'm not.
She's not. But I won't. Anyway, we love you. I will see you this Saturday. I have Amanda Decker on. We're going to be talking about low carb for better health in Tennessee. And then Sunday, be sure to show up with your coffee to sit early, talk with me, have a good time. We'll talk about 2 hours. But anyway, unless I don't see you until then, we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.